Hello, this is Wmpyr. I got an interesting question that I would like to share with you guys, and it says, don't remember if you've ever done a video on quick draw techniques for fixed blade knife, quick draws from multiple points of concealment. If not, it would be interesting to hear your take on it and the techniques. Okay. I'm sure I have, but it's been so long. It's probably a nice time for me to revisit this topic. All right. First of all, folding knife like this, fixed blade like this person requested, or neck knife. Those are three major types of different types of knives. And even pepper spray or tactical flashlight or a tactical pen or whatever it is that you have weapon wise, deployment is obviously very good to practice. So the first thing I'm going to tell you guys is this is what I've done myself, and I've made some of my students do it as well, which was practice deployment. And the first thing was, it's like, okay, let's practice taking out your weapon. And they practice that, and I'm like, just work on being smooth, okay, and let's get some repetitions in. And once they do that, now I start trying different scenarios. So they are sitting down, they are laying down on the ground, they are up against the wall. What if, and this is really, you could be as creative as you want. What if you're upside down, like your car flipped over, and you got to get yourself out before it catches on fire and you'll be burnt to death? So being able to deploy from all kinds of different situations like that. Also, what if your opponent is behind you? What if your opponent is to your front? What if they're to your side? And then now, after you get comfortable with each one of those, and then that's just like scenario practice, and you want to experience that stuff as much as you can, so that in real life, even though the situation you go through may not exactly be the same, at least you'll have some reference, and you'll be like, yeah, I've done something similar before. So you'll know that you're capable. But next is in motion. So can you deploy while running? Can you deploy while running on a field with the grass is like really tall and you don't know if there's ditches, there's big old rocks in the way and stuff? So can you do that? Can you deploy, while running on the sand? Can you deploy while rolling, while doing ground engagement, as if you've been thrown and shoved to the ground or the wall? So those are all different kinds of scenarios to practice and experience. But to me, all that is still very common sense. I think the best exercises, drills that I could recommend to you guys was this. I remember I was running late at night just for, your normal cardio conditioning type stuff. And then I saw two guys walking over towards me. Now, I don't think they were bad people, even though it's kind of late at night. They could have just been checking the mail together, who knows? But I didn't really get a bad vibe from them. But in my mind, I imagined, what if they were bad? So then you imagine that they're bad and they're headed towards me. So within that time frame, I have to deploy. So I have a limited amount of time against real people. Now the next thing is, like I said, these are not bad people, right? So this is just an exercise for me. I'm using real life people as my training buddies, but they don't know it. So then I got to deploy, and this would also help me in a real life situation, which is to deploy without letting them know that I'm deploying. Because if I deploy and I do one of these, and the guy goes, oh, you're reaching for something, oh, then I'm going to take out my gun and shoot you. So I just escalated the situation. I just green lit the situation to an extreme code red. So, I don't want to do that, okay? I want to be able to deploy without letting them know, okay? I don't want to put myself in danger because they see it and they go, oh, all right, now we could start shooting at each other. I don't want that to happen, right? So then now deployment takes a whole new meaning in that sense. So being able to be smooth and slick is much more important than speed in that sense. And now, the last part that I want to talk to you guys is, as far as speed deployment goes, I kind of go with, I know this is a movie, but I go with the same way of thinking as in the film Unforgiven. There's a scene where Gene Hackman talks about the fast draw, and he says it's not about how fast you can draw your gun. It's actually about being able to stay calm under pressure and still be accurate, shoot what you want to shoot, right? So that's pretty much what he says. And he says, you draw it too fast, you're going to be inaccurate, you're going to stumble, you may drop your weapon. It's just, he says that is, so the speed part is not as important as being calm and keeping a clear mind, and being accurate. So I 100% go with that. And first of all, I want to say to you guys, with my experience, I have never been in a knife fight, fortunately, and I hope I never will be, and I'm doing my best to not let that happen, right? But I have never been in a knife fight, so I don't want you guys to get the wrong impression here. I'm not going to lie to you guys. But have I pulled out a knife in a real life situation thinking I needed to? Yes, I have, many times. Um, Not like 1,000 times or anything, but it has happened multiple times. And in each one of those times, I could tell you from personal experience that I've never needed speed. It's never been like, oh, I need to be faster than the other guy. That is never. So I know, like with a folding knife, the wave knife is very popular, the Emerson wave, and that is about the fast draw. It's never been. I've never been in that situation. Like I said, way more important was the ability to stay calm and composed, and also to not escalate the situation. So it's not click. It's not that, because then now they see it. Now they go, oh, okay, I'm taking out my gun, boom, and they shoot me, or his friend shoots me or something like that. So no, that's not what it was about. Okay, it's you want to be calm, collected, and slick. So that's it for now. Thank you for viewing, and take care, folks.